Welcome back to the Kiwi Wedding Podcast. My name is Lydia. I'm an Auckland wedding photographer and your host. On this week's episode, I'm chatting with Rachel, a florist based in Wānaka, all about her beautiful Lake Ōhau Lodge wedding and also being a florist herself. She was friends with her husband for nearly a decade before their relationship turned into something more. It was so beautiful hearing all about their love story, and their day definitely reflected that strong foundation and sense of fun. Rachel takes us through the whole planning process and the day, everything from going up in a helicopter in the mountains for photos, a bridal party made up of 10 groomsmen, yes, all men, being a self-confessed tomboy and one of the boys, but also flower lover. We hear all about her incredible florals, the beautiful first look that she did, their emotional vows, a family-style lodge weekend, and even a silent disco to finish off the celebrations. We also dive into the behind the scenes of planning as a florist, navigating budgets, and the advice that she has for couples that want a day that truly feels like them. Rachel has such a beautiful energy. I loved this chat and all the details that we went into, and she's just got so much wisdom. I know you'll come away with both inspiration and some really grounded tips for your own wedding planning. Make sure you pop over to Instagram to see some of Rachel's wedding photos. Love all the pops of colour in these ones. Definitely worth having a look. And share this episode with a friend. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear. Enjoy episode 114 with Rachel. Hi, Rachel. Thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today. Excited to chat all about your wedding.
Thank you for having me. It's exciting to be here. Been looking forward to it.
Yay. So good. So we'll get started with, if you could tell us a bit about you and your partner, how you guys met and your life together.
So we live in Wānaka. I am a florist and my partner is a builder. So classic, tradie for him in the bustling, expanding area down here. I found myself amongst the flowers, which was pretty cool. Before that I was in hospo, and we have a love for the mountains, and I met Marshall, or Scriv as he's called, in Methven. So I moved to Methven many years ago, which is the Mount Hutt ski village, when I was about 16. And then I lived there for 4 or 5 years, and I met Marshall then with an amazing group of friends there. My Methven crew are probably my strongest friends I've ever made in life. It's a great little town. And then, he moved down here with some other friends, and then, I stayed up there. I had a partner at the time, and then went our separate ways, but I continue to stay in Methven. And then, it got a bit too small, a bit quiet. It is a small country town. So come summer, it can get pretty quiet there. And I decided, no, I'm good. I'm going to try out Wānaka. And it has beautiful mountains down here to explore as well. So I moved down here, and I actually stayed on Marshall's couch for the first night that I was here before moving into my new house that I was staying at. But we were friends for like 8-9 years first, and then just in that last year it kind of got a little bit interesting being in the same room together. We got to watch each other grow, I think, over that friendship, and mature, and found that a lot of our morals and like values and things we had in life kind of aligned, and we started giving a bit more time to each other as well. As he has a house here, I'd always come round. It was the boys' house. I'm a bit of a tomboy, a bit of a girl's boy, boy's girl, however you want to say it. All of my best mates are guy friends, which we'll touch on later. So it was really cool because you knew what you were getting into, and the fact that he was one of my longest friends, it was very scary going into that. Am I about to kiss my friend and it be so weird? Or is it going to be absolutely fine? And it was so fine. It's the easiest relationship I've ever been in my whole life. I just, we balance each other so well. Like he really grounds me. I was a pretty crazy, loud, out there person, And then, yeah, now I'm just a little bit more softer and gentle, and he's, yeah, great communicator. He's just my best friend, like literally. So,
Mm.
yeah, from
Aw.
being together, and yeah, he's awesome.
Oh, I love that. It's always so interesting to hear those like friendship to a relationship
Yeah,
stories, and that can be like this scary transition, but also this amazing foundation that you already have and know each other so well for a relationship. So
yeah.
stoked that it all worked out.
A lot of our friends were like, "What?" Like,
Yeah.
crazy. Never saw that coming at all. So yeah, it's really cool.
So good. So you'd obviously known each other for quite a while and then you were dating, got engaged. Can you tell us a bit about the proposal story?
Yeah, for sure. So we had, well, it's quite funny. We had discussed rings and stuff, and like prior to getting engaged, like, because he wanted a fair idea on what I would like, and I knew that I wanted like a coloured gemstone, and that I, yeah, was nothing crazy. So we had some designs made up, and we went with Kushla Whiting, which was a brand over in Oz, or a business over in Oz, I should say. And he had, yeah, got it all sorted, and I had figured out that he had ordered it. And I had won this competition that was included like a free photo shoot. And I had already said to him, imagine getting like that moment captured. Like that would be so cool. Like this was well prior. And he had remembered that. And I had a feeling, I was like, it was the weekend coming up. I wonder if the ring's here. Like, I hope it is. Anyway, I went home from doing some workshop work at the florist. I was like, I'm just gonna have a wee look around in the room. And I the first place I looked, I found this ring box, and I was like, "Get out!" I was like, "You're joking." And he was in the shower, and I was like, "Do I open it? Do I not? Do I? Do I not?" And I was like, "No, I'm gonna do it." And I opened it, and the ring wasn't in there. I was like, "Ah, shit!" He's onto me. He knows me too well. But yeah, so then we're getting sorted for the next day, and I was like, "Oh, what are you gonna wear to this like couples photo shoot that we were doing?" He was like, "Oh, I might wear my really nice blazer like swander, I think." And I was like, "That's very organized of you." Like, okay, sweet as. And he had obviously, yeah, like pre-planned and he wrapped up the ring and put it in his pocket there. So we went out to this photo shoot it was just us and our dog. And he was walking around and had this engagement ring in his pocket the whole time. He said, he's like, I checked so many times if it was there. I thought it was going to fall out into the bloody lake. It was in Dublin Bay, just around the corner from where we live. And yeah, we were about to finish the photo shoot and he hadn't done anything. And I was like, oh, God, like, maybe he's not going to do it now. Like, maybe he'll do it in private, and totally understand that he's a pretty like reserved guy. And then, yeah, she was like prompting us. She's like, oh, why don't you pick her up and spin her around? And so he picked me up and spun me around and then put me down on this rock. And he looked at her and he's like, what about this one? And he pulled out a ring and dropped to one knee and he's like, will you marry me? And I was like, no, like, no way. I just said no to start with, though. And he was like, what do you mean, no? I was like, no way. Like, you actually did it. Like, of course I will. Like, yeah, it's pretty funny. He was like, I literally thought you said no to start with. I'm so sorry. Definitely, 100%. Yeah, so that was really cool. And then his parents live in Hawea, so we just went and saw them afterwards. And I was like, fancying you another daughter? Because he has an awesome sister that I'm very good friends with. So I was like, yeah, sweet. Finally get another sister as well.
Oh, so sweet. Yeah, such a cool story and cool to have that moment captured as well. I love how sus you were doing all the digging, but yeah, kind of little surprise on you there.
Yeah, they do call me a little bit of a, they say I should be an FBI investigator.
Yeah,
Not much
so
gets
good.
past me. It's definitely some, but some important things, not so much.
Yeah, I love that. Had you been one of those girls that had dreamed about your wedding? You had been, yeah, working in the industry by then. So did you kind of start thinking about it and have a kind of vision of what you wanted? What were those sort of first steps?
I definitely knew I wanted to be like married. I wanted to be a wife. Like I'm a Taurus, and
Same.
we love nice just making people feel good about themselves, whether it's just like creating a beautiful home or the cooking of food. Like we're very much foodies, and we both don't drink either, so food is top tier for us. And I knew I wanted to be there to support someone in life and have that connection as well. And just navigating relationships and finding those things that were important to me helped me realize that Marshall was like everything that I needed for me, but also like that I could provide things for him. So I knew that I wanted to be his wife, and I knew I wanted a subtle, beautiful ring. I'm like very much an earthy girl. That's hence why I wanted a coloured stone. I have a green sapphire, a Nigerian sapphire surrounded by diamonds. Yeah, so he did an amazing job with that, and it's great.
Do you guys look at a few different venues? What was that process like, deciding on the location?
It was because being in Wānaka, there are a lot of wedding venues here, and obviously there's the staples of like Lookout Lodge, Ripon, there's Maple Lodge, there's Glendhu Station, like there's even more that goes on. There's like Olive Garden, there's Corbridge, which can take you, Dublin Bay. Like I've worked at a few of them setting up flowers, but the thing that drew us to Ōhau is that because it is a lodge, everyone could stay there. So a lot of people were able to stay the night before, and you could spend a lot more time with the people that were traveling far. Like, you want to have your time with your people, and sometimes at a venue that you've hired from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. when everyone needs to get kicked out, it's not actually that much time to be spending with all of these people, especially if you have such a large party as well. It was really cool. It was kind of already, people have pre and post wedding events. The fact that it was Lake Ōhau or Lake Ōhau, people say it in two different ways, it is Lake Ōhau, but having that pre and post was already kind of happening anyway, just because everyone was already staying there. It's a really beautiful location, and it just worked for us and what we wanted. We love snowboarding, so we go snowboarding there anyway because they have the ski field there. So we had been there before, our friends had been there, but then there were also parts of our family that have never been there, and it was really cool to be able to show them that part of New Zealand, and vice versa for people coming overseas as well who had never been there.
Such a special spot.
Yeah.
And did you kind of have the top priorities, the most important elements of the day that you were thinking of in terms of vibe, different vendors? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that we're both pretty relaxed people. And working within the industry, I know the stresses that come with a wedding day, and I didn't want any of that. I wanted to try and be cool, calm, and collected as much as possible. So working with amazing vendors always helps. You need to find someone that really aligns with you, and not try and change them either, because they have, like what they like to do and the styles that they like to shoot or create, or it's all their planning ways. Like, and if it's like finding the right counselor for you, if you don't, they might not hit the right spot at the start, and that's fine. You need to just source or look somewhere else.
It's a bit like dating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Find the right fit.
Yeah. I really wanted a beautiful dress. That was definitely very important. And that was really, my wedding day was great, or our wedding day was great, and closely followed by picking my dress. There's not many places down here to go to, apart, like you can go to Christchurch, but in Wānaka in general there's nothing really. So I decided to fly up to Auckland, and I took my godmother, my mum, and my now sister-in-law. She lives in Tauranga in the Mount, so it was really awesome. And she brought my niece as well, which was only a few months old, I think. So that was really awesome that she could come up. Yeah, so I went to quite a few places. I went to 3 places on the Saturday, and then I went to 1 place on the Sunday. I knew what place I wanted to visit last. So I went to Paper Swan, Felicity's, and Herakatua on the Saturday, and they were all amazing. Herakatua was huge, has so many dresses, and it can be, yeah, quite overwhelming when you walk in there because you're like, oh my goodness. And then on the Sunday, I went to Natalie Rose Bridal, and just if you're looking for a dress and you are going to go to Auckland or you live in Auckland, you need to visit the Pink Palace. It's not just like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy a dress. It's the connection you make with the team. It's the whole like routine of how she gets you to pick your dresses. It's not just like, oh yeah, what do you want to try on? Like, I won't give too much away because otherwise it's going to spoil the experience for other future brides.
Some
It's
of them have spelled already, but
yeah,
yeah, Natalie's amazing, and yeah, their whole team's so good.
incredible. Love them. I love their social content, like just hilarious videos coming out recently. Like they're so great. The space is beautiful. Their dresses are beautiful. Natalie is just so hands-on, so friendly, like asks you, engages what you want out of your day and who you are, and like about your partner and what they like, and just trying to figure out what kind of pieces of the puzzle need to fit to make your dress also make you feel like just a princess on your day. It was so cool. Yeah, I ended up going with the Bakara dress from Eva Lindell, and that I had seen it online in the new collection, and I was like, oh man, I really want to try that on. And I messaged her and I said, hey, I'm just wondering if you're getting these in. And she was. I said, oh, do you reckon they'll be there by this date when I come up? And she's like, oh, I don't think so. Like, oh, yeah, so sorry. But what she had organised was some of the dresses to come for a model to try on for her socials and for her content. She also ended up helping this beautiful woman out, Jackie, with her own wedding as well. And she put up a story like 2 days before I got there saying, oh my gosh, all of the dresses have arrived like a week early from this new collection. And in that delivery was the dress that I wanted to try on, along with a few
Amazing.
more. Mind you, they were for like this model who's like size 4 or 6 or something. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just don't even think my boobs are going to fit into any of that. But lo and behold, I got to try them on, which was so amazing. And I fit them, which was even great. I couldn't breathe, but it was great. Yeah, it was meant to be. And I just tried it on and was like, yeah, right. this is this is a pretty amazing dress. I feel it's hitting all the marks that I wanted. So yeah, it was really cool. What else was important for me? Food, as mentioned. Yeah, Marshall and I both don't drink, so making sure that we had really yummy food for us and for everyone else, of course, was important. The lodge have their own kitchen and their own chefing team, everything there. They do bed, breakfast, dinner with your stay. And being able to have tried that many times before, we knew that everything they cook is amazing, like really delicious food. So that was awesome. And they sent us a menu with lots of different options, and we just went through and picked what we'd like as our soup, main, and dessert. Made a couple of changes on things, and that was it. A few grazing platters, a picnic for the heli ride. That was really easy. They were super awesome to deal with, and they're really amazing chefs and team up there always. I don't know, like, they must have people coming and going all the time, but they always seem to find like the best chefs.
Love that. Yeah, super important elements. Was there anything else you want to say there?
I knew that I wanted really nice photos as well. I only plan on getting married once in my life.
Yeah.
I'm sure Marshall would agree as well. I want to be able to look back on these and go, wow, like, they're amazing. Like, that was such a great day. I want to be able to show my grandkids and for them to be like, wow, man, you looked great. Yeah, I did. And when I got my gallery back, I'm not a very photogenic person, and I get quite nervous in front of the camera, and I'm always doing silly faces and things like that. It's just who I am. But I honestly looked at my gallery and was like, I love this picture of myself. I love this photo. I love the angle. I love it. I love everything. And so that was Nat Simmons, or Simons. Sorry, Nat, if I've said that wrong. I always get it wrong. But she has run in the shadows photography. So yeah, look her up if you're needing a Central Otago, or I mean, she'll probably travel for the right price. Yeah, incredible. I'm also friends with her as well. We have lots of mutual friends and bump into each other, and I think we like even worked together at one point as well. So yeah, it was kind of really easy to be able to have a couple of options. There were yeah, I had lined up a few options for photographer, but I decided to go with Nat. So yeah, so happy.
Love to hear that. I think makes such a difference when photographer just makes you feel comfortable in yourself, and then that shows through in the photos as well. So
She was a ninja.
yeah.
I barely saw her during dinner, and there's so many photos during dinner. I was like, where were you? Like, I had no idea. Amazing, incredible, and really fun. You got to have someone who, yeah, does make you feel good, because if you don't feel comfortable with that person, like, how are you going to be able to relax and like be who you normally are with your now husband?
Yeah,
You can always
absolutely.
book a little session prior and just see if
Yeah.
they fit, you know?
That was my next kind of question about the dress, but nice to kind of hear about that whole process. And yeah, Natalie is divine. We've had a few brides raving about her on here.
She was so great, like just very much down to earth, real person who genuinely cares about all of her customers. Like,
Mm.
she would send me voice messages and, you know, through Instagram. And if I had any questions, I'd reach out to her as well. I just think what she's created, and especially what she's achieved over the last couple of years, is mind blowing. Like, she's just done all the right things. And I think her being her genuine self probably has had a huge effect on that as well. You know, she's, yeah, embraces
Yeah.
who she is, and that makes
Mm.
you as a client be like, yeah, this is me, like I feel comfortable, this is who I am, like. And yeah, she appreciates every woman for every different aspect that they bring to her shop.
Yeah, oh, I'd love to hear that. I know she will too. And yeah, she's just divine human. So
Yeah.
good. I know you had a bridal party as well, which I don't know, might have looked a bit different to what people expected. Can you talk us through that process and decision making? Did you find that easy?
Yeah, quite different. Yeah, so there was meant to be 12 on the bridal party, but it ended up being 10. It was 10 guys. We had no girls. I had no girls on my side. I had five. I had my two brothers, two older brothers, and then another three of our mates. But all of them together are our best mates as a collective for Marshall and I. They're all Methven crew, aside from my brothers who are in Australia. So yeah, I had Marshall's known a lot of them since he was like a baby. My mother-in-law was in the room when one of them was born. Like, it was, yeah, they've been through thick and thin. So they've all known each other for, yeah, donkey's years. I lived with three of them. There's the three Adams boys. They're all brothers. I lived with their mum for like 4 years, and then I think every single one of them, apart from my best man, has lived in this house. Like, we're all very close, yeah, people there. They are my best girlfriends,
Mm.
and they've been there for me through, yeah, some like thick and thin, and yeah, supportive of me and Marshall when we decided to venture into this new relationship. My best man was Ryan. He's called the Grinch, although more so now, just G Dog. He's not so Grinchy anymore. He's was the first one of the first people I worked for when I moved to Methven, and he's a bit of an older bloke, but he's still 16 at heart. Yeah, definitely took the cake for the oldest man on the bridal party. And yeah, we have stayed in contact. He still lives in Methven, and yeah, again, been there for forever for each other through thick and thin. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I had them all dressed in black.
Saved a bit on hair and makeup there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think I dressed all of them. No, I don't think I know I dressed all of them. Shirt, shoes, pants for $1,200, all
Wow.
tennis.
Yeah. That's
So,
a good
and
effort.
everything was brand new, but like you don't, and they all looked smart as like you don't have to spend a heap of money on going out and getting the best things and doing this and that. You can still achieve like what you want if you do some smart buying. Like I bought their shirts and pants from Hallenstein's. I
Yeah,
think
they're great.
doing Easter sale as well. I made a group chat with them and just said, right, boys, send me all your sizes. Yeah, pants, shoes, shirt. And they did. And yeah, and then I just got boots from the warehouse. They kept everything, and a couple of them have said to me, I've reworn this pant and shirts and these boots already like 2 or 3 times, so it's a win for them as well. There were quite a few people who were shocked when they were like, "Where are the girls? Like,
Yeah.
why is there no girls on Rachel's side?" I was like, "Well, no, they're yeah,
They're your
they are my
closest
girlfriends.
mates. Yeah.
We give each other heaps of shit just like girls, and some of them can be a bit of a girl at times." So
So good. No, I love that. Just staying true to who you guys are and who your closest people are. So good. How about the guest list? Did you find that easy to narrow down?
oh man, it is, yeah, it's a bit of a task, the guest list. And I know that a lot of brides have touched on it, like that it can be quite daunting and where do you draw the line, like I know a lot of people in town and like I'm a very like being in hospo and working like a florist, you do meet a lot of people and become very friendly with them, whereas Marshall, he's on the building site and he meets, your tradies and stuff, but he's not out there like making heaps of connections. Like we'll go to the supermarket and he won't see a single person he knows, and I'll go there and he'll be like, "You just said hi to like 7 people." Oh, I know. But yeah, it was definitely like it was hard in the fact that we have a few overseas friends as well, and we did want them to come, and we gave them like as much time as possible, but um, we knew that it would be quite hard. I had a friend in Sweden that I really wanted there, but it was just not going to work out with him, and that's fine. And we had another friend in Canada who we was meant to be on the bridal party actually, and it wasn't working out for him either. He tried really hard, and it was actually really upsetting for him. He wasn't okay about it.
Mm.
So that was really hard, not only for us but for him. And yeah, just seeing him upset was quite hard. We sent him some videos during the day, just to make him feel involved and whatnot. I have a pretty small side of the family, whereas Marshall's side, there's definitely a few more in there. So we just invited, it was just pretty much all the closest family members there. And then it was a lot of, work friends and meth and crew. I think meth and crew took up quite a number of seats. And then, we had 83 in total. I think we invited 111 to start with. And then, we just couldn't, there were a few people that couldn't make it. But the seating plan was, gosh, I think the seating plan was harder than the bloody guest list. Oh my god,
Yeah.
it was, yeah, it was definitely. I can see why people. Another option we did think of was just free reign seating. Let people sit wherever they want, you know. But then you want your family to be close to you, so you're like, then you'd reserve that. But then if someone doesn't listen, then you're just like trying to sort that out. But we got it sorted. It was fine, and we pretty much just had 2 family tables, and then a meth and crew table, a like Wānaka crew table, and a work Wānaka as well. So that was we got it sorted in the end. I started doing it, and he was like, "Oh, it can't be that hard." And then he got down, and he started having a go, and he was like, "Oh shit, this is actually quite hard, isn't it?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Yes, it is." Like we were really happy with who, like we wouldn't have not invited anyone that was there, Like it was,
Yeah. Nice
Yeah,
number.
yeah, it was really awesome crew, and everyone got along. I think, yeah, everyone has said how much love they felt at the wedding. They said there was just no bad juju. There was a lot of tears, like a lot of like grown men crying as well, which was
Mm.
really nice to see. Like we really apparently shook the boat and made everyone feel very in touch with themselves and their
Love
feelings. And
that. In the
yeah,
deep south.
yeah, yeah, it was really nice.
Can you tell us a bit more about the big day, maybe that kind of wedding week, and yeah, how it all went down? Any highlights or favorite moments?
We decided to take off the week before and the week after. We had a lot of family arriving. It was really cool. I had my two brothers come over, and I haven't seen them in like 7 or 8 years, which was pretty crazy. One of my brothers came over with one of my nieces who I had never met before, which was really cool. And then my other brother came over with his fiance and their two kids. And I had never met my niece. I'd met my nephew when he was tiny. So it's really special. Some of them were staying here with us. And then we had also got the neighbour, little old Pete. He said, if they want to stay there, they can, because it's just a holiday house. He comes and goes. Bless him. So yeah, they were there, and there was just lots of organising, and I wanted to make sure that everyone fitted their outfits as well. So I had the boys arriving, well, some from overseas and then some from out of town. I think four of the boys came over from Aussie. Oh, well, including my brother's six. So yeah, just making sure everything fit in case we needed to go and get anything, but it all did, so that was fine. And we had a joint stens do the
Oh,
week before as well. Yeah, it was really fun. So we went to Oxbow because one of my Jamie, Marshall's best man and our flatmate actually, he works at Oxbow. So it was really great, and I love adventure sports and yeah, boating, like fast cars and shooting, all about it. And then we went and played 18 holes of golf at Arrowtown as well, because we all love golf too. And then, yeah, came back and had a great night. And yeah, we got to watch the boys drink themselves away and have a laugh with them in the next morning when they were feeling pretty crappy. And then we went up to Lake Ōhau on the Thursday. So the wedding was on Saturday. We had hired a house that was right next to the lodge, literally like 50 metres next to it. So we just had our parents in there, and my godmother, and then Marshall and I as well. So we went up, and then people started arriving the night before, or the night before, Friday night. So then on that Friday, we actually all sat in the lodge together at 7 and had family dinner together. Most of our guests were there, which was really cool, so we could hang out. Yeah, Saturday, I ended up getting ready in the house that we had hired, just with my mum, my godmum, my mother-in-law, and my sister-in-law. Lots of the nieces and nephews were coming and going as well. There's hot tubs, and yeah, we had hired some nannies and stuff as well that were about to help out. And the boys were getting ready in one of the lodge rooms, or two of the lodge rooms. So we had also booked out one of the rooms there, because we thought, oh, we'll probably party a bit later than the parents, and we don't want to come and wake them up early in the morning, so we'll just stay in the lodge that night. Yeah, Marshall said that it was quite nerve-wracking the morning of, because he was just twiddling his thumbs. There's not too much for the boys to do. There was a few jobs. I did give them a list of things that we needed to get done. They got everything done. It was great. But other than that, he just got to chill out with the boys, and yeah, he said that was quite an interesting time. He was pacing a lot, and he was like nervous, and he just was realizing that 83 people were going to be staring at him.
mm.
He was like, oh gosh, how am I going to go? He's a very emotional, like emotionally connected person, which is just so awesome. Like, he's so great.
So
Um, yeah, so he was probably quite nervous about his vows and stuff like that, which he absolutely nailed. Like, blew my socks off, like, honestly. But yeah, so then I was chilling in the house. I was just like, okay, you go next, this person. I was making food, like I was just relaxing. There wasn't too much. Yeah, I was just trying to stay cool, calm, collected again. I did wake up that morning and think, okay, I can hear a little bit of wind. That was the only thing. I knew I had a helicopter coming later, so I was like, I hope that's what happens. Like, and yeah, we got in contact and it was still all go. But yeah, Marshall and I actually stayed together that night before as well, and we said bye in the morning. So very non-traditional, but it was fine. That was what was good for us, and that's what people need to do: is whatever's best for you. You don't have to stick to traditions. It's not 1850, you know.
Totally.
Yeah, it was pretty like we had a bit of a rehearsal the afternoon before about where the boys are going to be standing and whatnot, and I did a first look with Marshall, and I actually did a first look with all of the boys as well. So that was, yeah, we were running on time, which was great. And we went down, I got driven to, we were having our first look. And yeah, that was a really special moment. I think that, like, I literally took Marshall's breath away. I heard him, like, yeah, like he couldn't breathe and he like, when he turned around, it was
Sweet.
so cute. I was like, bless you, it's the sweetest thing. But yeah, it was, yeah, awesome to have that time before all together. I think my friends were a little bit worried that because I wasn't having girlfriends as my first look, that the boys would let me down and they wouldn't be like excited to see me or anything like that. But I had my first look with Marshall, and then the boys were up at the ceremony spot, and I had told them to come down after. So Nat went and got them, and I hid behind the car again, and Marshall was lined up with them. And yeah, Nat was like, cool, you ready to go? I was like, yeah, sweet as. And I walked out, and there was just so much yahooing, just clapping. Like, they were like, it was so funny. I just started laughing so much. They really like nailed it. And I don't know if they had been told to do that, but it was so good. Like, the photos were so funny, like, of that moment being captured, and we've got it on video as well. And yeah, it was so funny. But spending that time together, we had about half an hour, and that's when we had photos as well, just bridal party, and just a few of just Marshall and I. I wanted to get some of like just me and my brothers and the Adams boys, because their mum was there, and it's nice for her to have some nice pictures of her sons all together, dressed up nicely. So yeah, and then they all went back up, and we ripped into the ceremony. Ceremony, yeah, gosh, yeah, my dad walked me down the aisle, which was so cool. My dad had open heart surgery like a few years ago, and then he like gave me a little scare like the month before the wedding. I was like, oh, what are you doing? I was like, oh my god. So yeah, that was, yeah, really awesome to have that like captured. It's making me all emotional.
Mm.
And then it was like my mum's first proper wedding that she had probably been to, so she was very excited. And very emotional as well. I did actually do a first look with my dad and my mum as well, and those photos did not disappoint either. But yeah, it was awesome, and everyone was, yeah, that's definitely quite a surreal time when you start to walk up the aisle and everyone's looking at you. Like, I did find myself looking down quite a bit, but in hindsight, like, for future brides walking down the aisle, look up, girl. Just look up, look at your husband, look at your florals if you've got any, just look up and like look at the people around you. Don't be scared. Like, definitely just embrace it. Like, but yeah, I definitely was a little bit like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, don't fall, don't trip up, like make sure your dad's all right. Like, yeah. But no, just if words of advice right there, definitely look up, embrace it, like smile. And if it's not a camera ready smile, it doesn't matter, because that's showing your genuine happiness. Like, if you've got a smile that's nothing but teeth, God, you've made a right decision in life, haven't you? Because you're obviously really stoked. And it was really cool. We had a celebrant, Beck Sandys. She is also a comedian as well, and like radio and commentating cricket. Like, she's, yeah, very well spoken woman. And she actually has a tie to us as well. She is a Methven woman, and she was actually really good friends with a friend of ours who had passed away quite a number of years ago. So that was really important. He would have been there 100% if he was still with us. So that was, really cool to have her there. I'm kind of, channeling him. And then, it was great to have the boys lined up on the other side and see them every so often and giving them a little bit of shit, or them looking at me, giving me a funny face, making sure that I'm, still present, and yeah, just like not getting too worried, or just trying to make me like laugh, and it was really nice. But also just being there with Marshall was awesome, like finally being there. And it was a bit windy, so I had to like hold on to my veil and my dress, so the whole time we weren't actually holding hands. And I was like, back on a video, I'm like, we didn't even hold hands. And then at one point I like tucked my veil and my dress in between my legs, and I was holding his vows because the paper was like just a little bit breezy. So that was quite funny as well. So just things to, if it doesn't go to plan perfectly, it's actually going to be more relaxing, like just to throw it out the window and just go with what's working. I couldn't see my own brothers though because they were behind me, but looking at some of the photos afterwards, my eldest brother, and the boys had told me he was like in tears the whole time, which was so cute. I was like, oh, bless. And my other brother as well, just smitten. So that was the week before was the first time they met Marshall in person. So and then and then he was married. So yeah.
Instant approval.
yeah. But and then after the ceremony, it was pretty short and sweet. I allowed like about an hour, but I knew I probably wasn't going to take that much time. So I didn't have a planner or anything like that. I was doing this all by myself. I had just made the assumption and went with it. And it worked out great because, we finished early and it gave us enough time to be able to go around and saying hello, having hugs. We even got to go back to the lodge and hang out, and everyone was starting to have bubbles and a snack and stuff. And then we had a helicopter arrive and away into the mountains.
So good.
The helicopter was definitely a highlight as well. I think sometime with your new partner, husband, wife, is really important, just to take a moment for yourselves. The day does fly by. They're not lying. Every single person that has said it is not lying. Let's go really fast. So that was really cool, and I was really happy about being able to do that just with a bit of wind around. They actually upgraded the helicopter because they had just bought a new one and he wanted to take it for a spin.
Amazing. Oh, so cool. Yeah, pretty special to have that little moment with each other, like up a mountain as well. So good.
The photos from up there are just phenomenal, and that's cool because, like I said, we love the mountains, and some of them are just so good. I just can't even believe it. I'm like, what the heck? And I think it's really important that you can say that if you've made the right decision, if you can say that. It's not, like I said, I'm not very confident in photos and stuff, but looking back at these, I can easily and happily say they're so good, so worth it, worth the money, worth it 100 million%. Yeah.
Love that. It sounds like such a epic day. So many special moments in there. And then, was it just like back to the party after that?
Yeah, so we came back. It was really cool because everyone got to like watch the helicopter come in and take off as well. But when we came back in, we flew around the lodge, and like there's a big deck, and everyone was outside like waving, having a good time. And when we were coming in, oh, she's going to hate me for this if she listens to this, but that's okay. She is the life of the party. Every person, every wedding has to have one of these people. And our friend Fee took the cake for this. But we flew in and we were about to land, and we were going to dip around the corner of the building. But as we were dipping around the corner of the building, I looked out and I could see my friend ass up, like head over heels, with a dress over her head, like just. And then, a bit little did I know, is that when I got my photos back, but also everyone had told me as well, she had just lifted her whole dress up over her head and was just flashing the helicopter flying in, just boobs out there. And then like it's just a wide pan photo, and I'm looking at all the people around her, like, and like she's front and center. I'm like, there's my dad, my auntie. Yeah, cool, cool, cool. But I don't think they saw it. It was fine. But yeah, it was so funny. I like, honestly, you've got to have someone doing something silly. It just makes for a crack up moment. But yeah, so we came back and yeah, people were greeting us, and then yeah, we just got to hang out for a moment there because again, I was up on the top of the mountain going time check, time check. Just wanted to make sure that we were running on time because I've seen it and I've heard it turn to crap so many times. Like, and without a planner as well, being your own planner and timekeeper, you've got to make sure that you are, yeah, keeping an eye on things. And if you don't feel like you can do that, get a planner, get someone who can help you out. I highly recommend. I can see why people will do it. But yeah, so we came back and yeah, we got to hang out, and then we went in for dinner and sat down and had a beautiful, beautiful meal, beautiful florals inside again. We had speeches from my brothers, and then yeah, Marshall's parents. So my brothers represented my mum and dad in our family. My mum and dad aren't big public speakers, and I wasn't going to put the pressure on them either. But my mum also really likes to talk, so if she did did go okay, it
There all
would
night.
be really hard getting her off. So I was like, no, I think it's just, I think yeah, if my brothers can do it, that'll be good. And then we had yeah, best men speak as well. So Marshall and Ryan. And our MC and amazing superstar of the day was my sister-in-law, or Marshall's sister. So that was awesome to have her. She got married in February a couple years ago herself up at Lake Tarawera. Beautiful day, so awesome. Loved that. And she obviously knew what the ins and outs, and she is probably the most planned, organized person in my life. And I knew from the start that she was probably going to be the one that I wanted there helping me and being MC, because I knew that if anything was going wrong, I could look at her and be like, help. But yeah, no, she was great. And she also spoke a bit and introduced our whole bridal party, which was quite funny. And yeah, it was an awesome, awesome time. And then after dinner, we had a band. So we had a band come from Queenstown called LA Social. They're awesome. Really, really brought some good energy there. And we had them play for 3 hours. And then after that, from midnight, we actually had a silent disco. So that was really cool. And being in the lodge, it was going to work out good for the people who wanted to go to bed rather than having like a loud band full bore until God knows what hour in the morning. So yeah, that was really awesome. And 3 different channels, you can choose whatever you wanted to listen to. And yeah, everyone really loved that. It was a really good time.
Oh, so fun. I love that. Just something a little bit different.
Well, our friends who got married there a few years prior had one. So we were like, that's genius. And then we were like, we're going to do it as well. Is that okay? Yeah.
Oh, what an epic day. That's, yeah, amazing. Love hearing all the special moments and just, yeah, making it very you, and sounded like, yeah, you did a really good job with not having a planner, just being quite organized and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I like to be organized. I'm an organized person, and I like to have plans for things. And I think planning as much as you can leading up to it is really important, and ticking off jobs. There is definitely a stage we can't actually do too much. Like there's this weird period in between there, probably at like the 6 to 3 months out mark, those 3 months in between there, I reckon, like, interesting. Like you probably, or you definitely should have booked your vendors 100%, have your dress on order 100%, like all of those big ticket items, like, and yeah, I think that from then yeah, it's so weird. You just sit there, you're like, I want to do something, but there's not really too
Yeah,
much to
it's
do.
a little bit of a like limbo in between period.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
busy at the start and at the end.
But definitely try and just get some of those jobs done, and don't feel like you can't delegate things to people as well. I think that's really important. Like, scope out your really strong friends and family who are going to be a big help to you. And that's what I did. And yeah, I think that also just realizing that, you know, if something goes wrong, it's not actually the end of the world. That at the end of the day, if you and your partner are there and you're getting married and you're spending some quality time with them, like, that's why you're getting married. And of course, you do have your amazing friends and family there, and hopefully everyone arrives that you want there. But sometimes it's just not the case, and I try and think of it like little deal, big deal. Is it going to matter in 2 weeks' time, or is it going to matter in 10 years' time? And most of it won't matter in even 2 weeks' time. So
Yeah,
it might be something you think about, but don't stress over it. It's just not worth the stress. Like, you have enough going on.
absolutely. Such great advice. What did you find the hardest part about the whole wedding planning process? Is there anything you look back on and regret or would have done a little bit differently?
To be honest, there's not much that we would change.
So
I
good.
think, yeah, that it was really. I don't think there's anything really that would change. I did miss a couple of photos. I did have a photo list though. I highly recommend writing a photo list, especially if there's someone or something that you want to capture. Like, I didn't actually get a singular photo with my best man, and vice versa for Marshall with his best man, which I kind of regret. Like, we do have a photo together, like the three of us, but I think there were just a couple that I was like, oh shit. And like, in hindsight, I thought of it and was like, oh damn. Or make sure, like, it was fine for us, but I think making sure that the people who are speaking know that they have a time limit, especially if you are running to quite a tight schedule. So just, yeah, give them, you don't want it too long, because then people start just looking around like, okay, like, oh, when are you going to stop? But then you also don't want it, like, yeah, too short. Sometimes they're short and sweet. Like, Marshall's dad's speech was short and sweet, but the most effective.
Mm.
It's
So
unreal.
good. It's not
Yes.
always about the length of time, right?
No. Marshall was like, why am I just, he's like, I didn't know you could cry so much in one day. Like, it was so funny. But he was like, oh, God. He has he's chopped them off now, but he had like blonde dreadlocks. He was, yeah, didn't have any tissues. He grabbed a dreadlock and was crying his eyes. But yeah, I think that it wouldn't really change too much. And the hardest part, there wasn't really anything hard on the day. It's the day. There shouldn't be anything hard, you know.
Yeah.
And if you feel like something hard is happening, forget about it. It's not worth it. Enjoy your day. What's the point in stressing over the fact that, I don't know, like, someone dropped some drinks, or like, it's not a big deal. Like, I really think practicing gratitude for what you are capable of doing within the budget that you have, because everyone's budget is different, everyone's ideas of a perfect day are different. So just trying to minimize any stress or hardship on the day is.
Yeah, so good. Did you guys have a wedding budget? And yeah, if you're happy to kind of talk around that process, did you go over it or how did you find that side of things?
We didn't have like a definite budget. Like, we had like a like I feel like once
A
you
rough
start,
figure.
yeah, start going into the wedding side of things and adding things up, you're like, oh my God. But you got to think of it as like, okay, this is probably going to be like the biggest party I am ever hosting in my life. And this is going to be the one off thing that I'm going to do. You know, we're not all wealthy, like having these movie star parties or, catered parties all the time. And if you are, like, well done, like, awesome, good on you. Like, if you're capable of doing that, like, sweet, this is your road. But and then there's other people who, yeah, are obviously wanting like the scaled back like version. But whatever is right for you, it's the one time that you're, well, hopefully one time, I hope all of you that you're going to do this. So you definitely need to not just be super blasé about it. And we weren't. We definitely had some strong ticket items that were essential, like good food, nice venue, photos, 100%. Music was important as well. I think music is, it can be a make or break, really. So we had live music at the ceremony, live music after the ceremony for canopé hour. Then they went and had some dinner, and then they played for 3 hours after dinner. Great. Like, that's all we needed. And then we had silent disco. So that was another way.
Yeah, it's a good option.
So yeah, 100%. Is, if you're wondering, look it up. It's a great thing. But yeah, so budget was definitely quite interesting. There were a few things that like crept in that we were like, oh shit. Or like something that was a bargain, and you're like, hell yeah, I just dressed 10 guys for $1,200. Look at me go. But yeah, I think we were pretty much around where we wanted to be. In saying that though, I obviously, being in the industry, I had some help. Being a florist, I had some help. And then like my signs, my seating plan, my table numbers, and my menus. My best man, he owns Simple Signs NZ. It's based in Methven. If you need any sign writing, car wrapping, anything like that, look him up and hit him up about weddings, because he hasn't done too many, but he's great at what he does. So yeah, he did all of that for me. I didn't have to pay for that, obviously. And then yeah, when it came to florals, it was like heavily discounted because I'm a florist. And
did you do any of your own, or
no,
just like your team? Yeah, nice.
no. Yeah, no. Hats off to the girls that are wanting to do it themselves. But also like just working in florals. Please, God Almighty, if you're planning on doing your florals yourself the day of, do not, just don't. Unless you've got like a floral person in your life. I just think that like that's just an extra stress added to your morning or your day. Like, oh my gosh. And depending on the scale of it as well, and like the mess that comes with it, like just really think about it first. Like just ask yourself, because florists and like they're amazing. There's so much behind the scenes work that goes on. Like, and it's not just ordering your flowers and putting them together. Like, we have to find them sometimes. Like, think about if there's a certain flower that you want for your wedding, you need to think about what season you've decided to get married in, because that might not even be in season. Like, just yeah, there's so much. Oh my gosh, I just am. But yeah, no, I did not go and do any of my florals. I left it to my team. I left it to an amalgamation of every flowery person I've worked with in my life. So that stretched over a few businesses. Because I work at like a large florist, I work at the Green Room Flower Company in Wānaka. I think they had 3 or 4 weddings on that weekend as it was. So they had to do those. And then 2 of the girls came the night before, and they were helping my other friend who was looking after it all, Asta from Floor Studios. And then also Shani from My Secret Picnic. She's like did all my styling and stuff as well. But I had my 2 colleagues, Danny and Alice, come up the night before, and they were helping Asta and Shani, along with their partners as well. Cute. And then I also had, then the next day the girls had their wedding set up in Wānaka, or out in Cromwell, sorry, and then they drove up, and by the time they got here, everything was all sorted, so that was cool. And then I had another florist friend there turn up offering help as well, who used to work with us, and she's Alicia from Illuminate Florist over in Alex as well. So there was so many amazing flower queens there, and they just did an amazing job. Like so cool. Like we had discussed it and talked about colours and what I wanted, and just absolutely nailed the brief. It was incredible. Yeah.
Did you guys go on honeymoon straight away? I guess you were already kind of at a destination. Did you stay on there, or what did planning that look like?
Yeah, so we stayed Sunday night as well after the wedding, and then we came back, and I still had family staying here in Wānaka until the Wednesday, Thursday. of that following week. So it was still a very busy week, and I actually just wanted to spend time with my brother and brothers and my nieces and nephews and my sister-in-law as well. And my parents were still here and my godmother as well. And then we had a couple of the boys. Yeah, it was a very busy household. But it was great, and it was so special to spend the time with our nieces and nephews. Like, it was awesome. So we didn't actually have a honeymoon at all, and we still haven't. There is talk of going to Japan February, late January, but to be honest, I don't think that's going to happen. We've got other things in the pipeline now, so yeah, we'll see how that pans out. If my friends are listening to this, no, I am not pregnant. But yeah, so no, we'll just see how that goes. We would love to go on a delayed honeymoon because to snow, but that's the thing. We got married in March and couldn't really go anywhere for snow at that time of year. You could, but yeah, you'd be catching like the tail end of a season.
Oh, nice to have that time with people while you're all together as well. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have any kind of helpful resources that you use during the planning process? I guess you kind of knew a lot of vendors already and had those sort of connections, but yeah, anything that helped with finding people or inspiration, stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, working within the industry definitely does help. You see a lot of weddings, or you see a lot of portfolios of like galleries of weddings coming in and working on weddings, working with different vendors and things like that. Definitely does help. I spend a lot of time on Instagram and Pinterest. Pinterest can be dangerous though because you've got to be like realistic as well. Sometimes you're going to go on Pinterest and you're going to send inspiration to your florist or to your hair and makeup artist, and they're going to be like, okay, like if you don't understand what you are looking for and then you send it to them and you think this is what I like you might end up getting quite a bit of a shock in price, or like the fact that it's actually not the style. Or I'm like that with my makeup. I was trying to figure out what to do and I'm like, oh yeah, like natural kind of or neutral, two different things. Like,
yeah. A lot of people don't know what natural
yeah,
means, I
yeah,
think. Yeah, but
wear makeup
which is
usually.
fair. Yeah.
So far gone. Like, and then what else? I use With Joy for my invites and save the dates, and I just sent them out via email. And then I just chased up anyone who wasn't like responding, like through text or messenger or something like that. But you should have their email anyway. So, and you can actually track when it's been sent, when it's been opened, or like you can see it down to the split second. And you're
So
like,
good.
why haven't you RSVP'd? Like,
Yeah. I can see you haven't opened my email.
yes, it takes
Yeah.
them up. But yeah, no, that was a really good one, and it lets you send out general messages as well, and it's free, so that's great. And yeah, I saved money there on stationery. Like, do you know how much it is to post a letter these days? I got a letter from my mum the other day from Nelson. Do they live there? To here, the stamp. It was $4.
It's
$4.
insane.
If you have 100 people coming to your wedding, I mean, that's pretty simple
No.
math. Like,
Yeah.
you have cash to spend. Like, just, I mean, sure, if you have a nana who's maybe not got an email, like, send her a letter.
Yeah, like you could print a few for special people or if you want it like in your photos or whatever, but sending to everyone, yeah, it's
Crazy.
crazy.
It's mental. Even I felt like an old woman looking for my husband, being like, "Have you seen how much this?"
Back in my day, stamps were like 40
65.
cents.
Yeah. And then I just scoped out vendors down here. I was actually in Europe when I started to look at booking vendors, and this was like over a year in advance. And I reached out to a few and they were booked up. And I was sitting there like in opposite time zones, like on holiday, looking at Marshall being like, oh my God, like they're booked. It's a year away. Like, what do you mean? And I was just having like a minor panic attack, just being like, holy crap. So don't dilly dally on booking your vendors. If there's someone that you want and you know that, and you're like, oh no, I'll be all right. I'll book them soon. No, book them now.
Especially Saturday in summer. Get
Oh
in
my
there. Yeah.
like for bless my friend, like she turned down I think it was like 8 other weddings
Mm.
just to do mine. And just incredible. Like, I feel so blessed with that. But it's when you see so many people booking in for certain days and certain times of the year, yeah, especially for flowers, like for the average Joe blog or Jane Doe, trying to educate people on the backside of flowers is quite shocking to them sometimes. Like, flower prices fluctuate. Nothing stays the same price all year round, ever.
Yeah.
It's Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas, New Year's. Flower prices can skyrocket, and that means you will be taking that on your invoice as well. So if you think getting married on Valentine's Day is a great idea, be ready for a bit more of a pricier floral invoice. And if you want red roses on your Valentine's Day wedding, good luck to you.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, such great advice. People like think, oh, that will be so romantic and sweet. And I'm like, and expensive.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like, we are on the bottom side of the planet. Like, it's not as easy sourcing flowers as Europe or like Asia. Like, our climate is different. There's Our growing seasons are just so variable. There's like the cyclone that happened up north a couple of years ago that wiped out flower crops and then made demand and supply like all the more problematic. Like, it's oh, it's just so variable, and florists really work hard on making sure that they can try and source your flowers for you, and look after them. Like, we prep them, we make sure that we'll try and make sure that that rose or that peony or gladioli is opened to the perfect point for your special day. We're not just sending out tight little buds of roses that are just going to look absolutely crap and have no effect. We're conditioning them, we're like making sure that they're in and out of chillers or anything, like, just to try and make it at its you want to look your best on your wedding day. We also want your flowers to look their best on your wedding day, and there's just so much work that goes into it.
Yeah, so interesting to hear. I've had a few brides this season do their own flowers and like they've been fine, looked beautiful, but caused so much stress in the lead up. And it's a lot more work than you think, and you think you're going to be saving money and stuff. But yeah, I don't
Yeah.
necessarily think it's always worth it.
Yeah, there's definitely like ways that you can repurpose your flowers as well. If you think you need a different item, like, for example, if you're having ceremony flowers and you're having a love nest, and then you think you want flowers inside at your table ends, use the ceremony flowers, love nest, and repurpose them and put them at your table ends. Sure, you might have to pay your floral team to for a relocation, like they'll have to come back after your ceremony and relocate that, prime them, make sure that if there's anything dead in there, they can like whip it out or make it look better. Like, it's better than spending more money on like a whole new allocation of flowers. Like, repurpose things. Like, you don't have to spend an extravagant amount of money here and there if you like can't afford to. And if you want to navigate that, just talk to your florists. Like, ask them, is there anywhere that I can repurpose florals, or is there anything that we can do here that might help me in my budget? And they're going to be giving you options there, and they're going to try and accommodate to you and make everything work as much as they can, but they'll still be honest with you if they don't think it's going to work. Like,
Yeah.
if it's going to mean that your flowers are not going to be looking fab for you, like, oh, we're not going to lie to you. It's the most important day of your life, and we also don't want our work to look crappy.
Yeah, it's just those open conversations, I think, with your vendors. Like, they're not trying to whack you with big invoices. They're just going to like tell you, educate you, because you're not necessarily a florist and you don't know these things. So just being like, what's possible? What can we do with my budget? Yeah, that's great advice.
And I think that, if there are flowers that you really, really want, like specifically in your wedding day, you really need to look at the seasonal, like I said, time that they are. If you want hydrangeas and you want to get married in like October or November, you won't be having them.
Yeah. Peonies are like that as
Yeah,
well, quite a small season. And then, I don't know, some people want like blossoms even in their photos and
yeah,
stuff like that. It's like, no, you need to be planning that from the get go.
100%. If it's so very important to you, then you need to plan around the floral season, not not the date that you think you want. It's really important as well to trust your florist. You know, they are amazing creative people, and I think, you know, I would never promise a specific flower to a bride. You never know what will happen. Like, and it's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Like, a rogue frost might come through and ruin the crop of
Mm.
peonies that you're about to pick, like in a couple of weeks' time, from your local grower or whatnot, just around the corner here, that just ruins everything. And then we're just like outsourcing everywhere. Like, you know, it's not just easy breezy all the time. So yeah, give your florist creative freedom. Don't just give up hope if they can't source exactly what you want. I think that, yeah, a color palette is a really good way to start, and then, yeah, know that they will try and nail what you're after, even if, yeah, they don't manage to get exactly what you want. Like, they'll always be putting their best foot forward and trying to create the vibe and the feel that you want. I think it's really important to know as well, like how much of an impact florals can have on the whole feeling and of your day, whole vibe of your day. Like, sure, you can have a beautiful space and it be dressed with linen and napkins and stuff, but I feel like a floral touch just brings that extra bit of luxe feel to it. Like, and it doesn't have to be super huge. It can just be little bud vases or whatever you like. Yeah. Also, get rid of a triangle arch. I'm sorry.
We're done with that.
No, they
So
can be
good.
very cute, but they can also be very,
It's
very
definitely
dangerous.
been a trend. Yeah.
Yeah, and like problematic, and especially if you're like picking up florals for yourself, like, and you're going to install the arch like piece, or get your friends and colleagues to zip tie that on. Like,
Mm.
hope you've got full faith in them because they do a good job. Like, yeah, think of other like, there's so many cool other arch styles or plinth arrangements, or rounded florals, or stages, or pots and urns, and it's endless. And I'm forever learning as well. Like, I have been in it for 5 years now. I'm still pretty fresh, but I'm still, yeah, working with these amazing people, like in my day-to-day work, and then like other florists that I've had the pleasure of working with. Like, everyone's got great ideas, and you've got something in your mind, put it to them and see what you can do. Like, I had lots of fresh fruits and stuff on my tables as well. And my colleague Danny, who got married, she had like really cute vegetables. She even had like little Brussels sprouts and stuff on her
Yeah.
tables, and like
Love that.
chilies and eggplants, and yeah, it was really cool. So no ideas too crazy. Maybe, but
Well, you get to a point in season, but
yeah,
yeah.
it can be quite a shock when you ask for a quote and just wanting, like, yeah, this like stems and ground, like meadow, and how much is this, like, but you've got to remember that, like, they're in tubes. We have to put holes in the ground, then we have to put tubes in, and then we have to go back and pull all the tubes out. If you're having 400 tubes in the ground, it's a lot of
It's a
time.
lot. Yeah.
And then like venues are now stopping that because it's messing with like their venue, their ground, like their irrigation.
Yeah, true.
It's, yeah, there's lots of ins and outs.
So many things to think about. No, I love that though. It's so interesting to kind of have a bit more insight into that industry because I think there can be a lot of misconceptions about it from people, or they don't understand why they just like think it's expensive from the get-go for no reason, or the yeah seasonal part of it and everything. But yeah, that's such going to be so helpful for people. And yeah, just touching on your sort of process for choosing your florals, what did that look like? You obviously were very aware of the seasons and everything, but did you kind of start with that color palette, or yeah, get some inspiration from somewhere?
I knew I wanted to have color. I think color is really awesome way to elevate your wedding. And how many white weddings have you seen? you know? You're wearing a white dress, like, are your florals gonna get lost in your white dress? Like, I totally understand it, and I'm not against it at all. I still love a white wedding, like, and they can be absolutely beautiful. Like, a white and green bouquet for me sometimes at work is, like, one of the nicest things to make as well. But I knew that color was reflective of me and like our relationship as well. Like, my partner's favorite color is purple, so I was like, right, after from the get go, I was like, there's got to be purple in here, like soft purple, whatever. We're gonna have some purple. But again, I said to her, like, if we can't source, like, I rattled off some flowers that I liked, and I knew what was happening during the season. I knew that some things I probably was gonna like miss out on, which is fine. Yeah, just gave her free reign pretty much, and then had a look at different arrangements of what, like, plinth arrangements, urn arrangements, and then she did like a little draw up mock up for me. She made like a quote, yeah, with like, yeah, color scheme, like possible flowers, inspiration photos, and things like that. Things that I had actually saved as well and sent to her. We created like a little Instagram chat, just, yeah, sending floral pictures through to each other. Pretty much just trusting my girls. You feel it. I know how amazing you all are. Like, it's going to be great, and I don't have to worry. Like, and yeah, it was unreal. Like, just so good. And they had to adapt to like the fact that there was a breeze as well. It was going to be a bit higher, but there was a bit of wind around, so things just had to kind of scale back and come down a little. That's all good. Like, you've got to adapt to the day. Same with my amazing hair lady. I had Tina Andrews here to wed. She did my hair. I've got a lot of hair, and yeah, I was gonna do like a half up, half down, but it was, yeah, really windy, so we decided to tuck that all in, and it turned out beautifully. And that was just, again, like, advice from the professionals and them making the calls that need to happen on the day. That's why you pay the big bucks people, is because they are a wealth of knowledge in these situations, and they can adapt to any situation without you knowing about it. Your day might have like something happening with your flowers, or something might have, yeah, changed, but you won't know about it because they've fixed it already and they've got it sorted. Yeah, that's why you choose great vendors and trust them.
So good. Love that. I feel like you've given so much amazing advice in this, but yeah, is there any other little bits of advice you want to share for a couple planning their wedding at the moment?
I think that if you're tossing up between something that important to you, like, for example, when we were like, oh, talking about budget, and then we were like, oh, do we cut the heli out? And we had a bit of a chat about it, like, and realized that it was actually going to be something really awesome that we were going to look back on in life, and to go up and have that time away and those photos, like, we wouldn't forget that. Whereas, like, we were thinking of having like a fried chicken tender tower. Probably not essential. Probably going to remember the heli trip instead of the fried chicken tower. So yeah, just talk about things with each other, and think about what's really important to you, and yeah, make sure that you're not trying to please everyone else, because it's not about them, it's about you and your special day. You don't have to have the most extravagant wedding. It's not a competition. It never has been, and it never will be. Like, and if you're getting married for that reason, then maybe you need to rethink a few things. As long as you're, yeah, both happy with the decisions you've made, then all will be well, and just go with the flow. And if something goes wrong, don't worry about it.
Yeah, such good advice.
As well as like Valentine's Day, touching on like getting married around that time, Mother's Day is another one. And like, trying to source flowers, like Mother's Day was just a few weeks ago, which is also my birthday, which is annoying, but
I was born on Mother's Day as well, so often lands on there. Yeah, the Taurus girls. I'm the 12th.
You're the 12th. Okay, I'm the 11th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
I know. So like, every so often, yeah, it does fall on there. But Mother's Day, trying to source flowers like the week after, like 2 weeks after, my God, can be quite hard. Like, yeah, everyone gets cleaned out, and then prices as well. And then you've got to think as well, if you're thinking about getting married at Christmas and New Year time, like just think about it. Like people shut down and there's only a few flower auctions that happen. Like if businesses are going to work for you over that time and they're going to need to employ staff, they're going to be getting paid like time and a half. And that again is going to fall possibly on your invoice. Like you've got to take that into consideration, and like if you're fine with that, sweet, like that's all good. And if your florist or your vendors can accommodate you for that, then that's fine. But if you inquire and then get a hell of a shock back, like this is like
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely fair.
hard to source those things. Like just those times. Just think about those times. Valentine's month.
Yeah, so good. And what is married life like now? Do you feel like you got any of the post-wedding blues?
I don't think so, no. Like going back to work was definitely like, oh, like okay, back into routine. But I think having the week off afterwards was really good. Yeah, it was awesome. But nah, I think it was fine. Like we have lots going on still, so I think as long as you have something teed up for afterwards that you can just continue into, you'll be fine. And of course,
Yeah,
like, if you do get post-wedding blues, like naturally, you've just spent so much time like organising one of the most exciting things in your life. Like, go easy on yourself and just know that like your gallery is still to come. Like, little video edits are still to come. We had Bowden Studio. She's just started up her business, and she was sending me through little videos afterwards that she had made. That was really cool. Like and just talk about it with your partner, with your now husband or wife. Like you can, you'll get through it. It'll be fine.
yeah. Oh,
But
so
no, feel
good.
good. And I think, Marshall was just saying like he feels like our connection and commitment together is even more stronger now. And that we're kind of, we were driving in like two cars next to each other, but now we've like teed up and we're in the same car, like going along and we're
I love
just
that
making
analogy.
different stops along the way and but doing it together, like really cool. I think it definitely feel more committed and more connected.
Oh, so good.
Yeah,
Love that.
yeah.
Amazing. It's been so lovely to chat to you today, and you've given so much wise advice as well, and cool to hear that bit of behind the scenes about being a vendor as well. Is there anything else you wanted to add or that we missed as we wrap up?
Gosh, I probably will finish this call, get off, and be like, damn, I forgot
Yeah,
to say
it's
that.
always the way.
Oh, no. No, I think that it's at a very exciting time, and I think that don't feel the pressures of society, and you don't have to follow a trend. You don't have to show off or prove anything to anyone. Like I think that sometimes social media can really make you feel pressured to be doing this or that or spending this much, or but they've done that and that was cool. Like it's really not about that. It's about marrying the love of your life and spending quality time with the people that have come there. It's a very surreal moment when you're sitting in the room at dinner and you look around and realize how many people there to support you and your love for each other. Unreal. Like just take it back to basics and like take a moment during that dinner to just practice the gratitude of what you've achieved and um, the new journey that you're embarking on.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much. I have talked heaps.
It's great. Love a big yarn.
No, but and thank you to all of my people who made my wedding possible. I to everyone, but you all know who you are, and yeah, it's, it takes a village. So
Yeah,
thanks.
sounds like you've got a great one around you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on, and I can't wait to
Aw.
hear and listen to all of your future brides that have come on, and hopefully, everyone listening to this and your future podcast gets some help for getting ahead.